This is not the time to be on a diet. You cannot heal if you are not fueled. You cannot heal without nutrition. You cannot heal without the energy, and the energy you get is through food. I'm going to mention some things that I have done nutritionally. Now, I am not your nutritionist, and this is not medical advice, so please consult your nutritionist if you know you need guidance around nutrition. First thing is hydration. I touched on it before, but hydration is your friend for several reasons. One, helps with circulation. Two, helps with sleep. Three, helps with energy. Four, kind of combats skin dryness because that becomes a thing. In week 2, I developed a rash along my upper thigh, only on this leg, on the injured leg. I suspect it's from dry skin because this whole thing has dehydrated me, and I've not been drinking as much water as I was the first couple of days. So it was a reminder to keep drinking water. 5, the medication is going to make you even more dehydrated, not to mention constipated. And dehydration does not help with constipation. In fact, it makes it worse. So hydration is important, and you drink as much fluids. In fact, drink more fluids than you normally would. So that's a key factor as a nutrition consideration. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. The second thing you want to think about with your nutrition, remember those prep meals that I referenced in the last video? As in, you have some meals prepared before surgery. This is where they come in absolutely clutch. You want to have these meals on hand, ready to be put together or be reheated so that you can stay nourished, eat enough meals to assist your recovery. And I'm talking things like soups, stews, wraps. Think of the fruit snacks or fruit bowls, put it that way. Overnight oats, if you're somebody who likes that. Those come in really handy so that whoever is helping you, or even yourself, if you're by yourself, you can have those, then feed yourself. Speaking of feeding yourself, this is not the time to be on a diet. You need fuel for your body to heal. You got yourself cut open. How is your body expected to heal if you're not giving it enough calories? So that means eating breakfast, eating lunch, eating dinner, and snacks in between. And you want to make sure, and this is the third thing, that each meal, as much as you can, is balanced, starting with protein. Protein is going to be essential for anything named tissue repair, just the healing of the skin. Think of it that way. The healing of the muscle, whatever muscle they cut through, is going to need that protein so that it can repair itself. And you want that to be heavy in the protein. Second to the protein, if not equally important, is your fiber for 2 reasons. One, fiber is always a good thing. It promotes good gut microbiome or good gut health. And 2, with you taking the pain medication, which is going to constipate you, fiber is going to kind of help balance that or eliminate that. So your prunes, your fruits, and your berries, if you can't get it all through food, consider a fiber supplement to add to that. So you're talking psyllium husk, but you want the bulk of that to come from foods. Then energy wise, you need energy, and by that I mean carbs. Carbs is the primary source of energy. Your brain needs it, and so does your body. As you can't go wrong with fruits, your whole grains, your beans, your rice, your ground provisions, meaning things like potatoes, tubers, whether it's sweet or white potatoes. But those are sources of carbohydrate, complex carbohydrates that the body will utilize, that the body will need to get its energy from. And then you want to balance it out with what we call healthy fats. And these are things like your avocado, which is also a great source of fiber. Think of your nuts and seeds. Those things also add fiber into your diet, but they provide healthy fats, healthy omegas, which also aids in the healing process. So those are the things you want to put together when you think of a balanced meal. So consider balance. Put a plate together, or think of your plate as a colorful wheel of protein, fruits and or vegetables, whole grains, and some healthy fats to round things out. You also want to consider vitamin C as well as collagen. So collagen is a protein. It's not a complete protein, but collagen is important for tendon repair. So you want to kind of think of collagen rich foods. Again, you always want to think of getting as many nutrients as possible from your food, and then supplement where you can't get it from your food. So collagen is something the body produces naturally, but as you age, it decreases, and in a situation where you need to repair tendon, it is one way to help boost the amount of collagen. So you can use a supplement, which I have used prior to surgery, or you could think of fiber-rich foods like gelatin, and gelatin created from things like bone broth. So when you make stock using bone in a slow and low process, the gelatin that it creates, that is the collagen that we're talking about. A simple example is chicken foot soup, and that gelatin that's created from the tendons, from the bones in chicken feet, is one way to boost the collagen in your food. So, and that's what I did. You can also explore other ways to do that, and there are many ways you can do that. So that's something to research. Vitamin C you get through fruits and vegetables as well, but again, if you can't get it enough of it through that, then consider supplementation. And for me, it's an easy supplementation with, you know, a little vitamin C packet. How much you want to discuss with your own nutritionist. One of the things you want to minimize during this healing process is the heavily fried and refined foods, not because they're bad foods, but because these contribute less to healing. They will give you energy, sure they will, but they do not contribute as well to the healing process as other foods do. Okay? If you want this kind of help, please go and speak to a nutritionist or a registered dietitian nutritionist who are qualified to give you and tailor things specifically for you. That's the nutrition post-op. That's what I utilize. That's what I am utilizing generally. So even without the surgery, a lot of my nutrition includes these types of things. It doesn't have to be yours, but this is just me sharing what I do, and I hope it helps you consider what you do to suit your needs, to help you along this healing part of your journey. So there we go. Hope this was helpful. See you in the next